Hey everybody, Rob Hogue here, Bass Stalker Fishing. This is just a little trip I took with my older son to Candlewood Lake. It's out in Connecticut. Really good lake for this time of year. This is just a quick little largemouth, and actually this was like probably 9:30 before we got a bite. This fish is pretty cool. This is like a 3-pound largemouth that I found on a bed in the back of a pocket, and I worked this fish for about 40-45 minutes, and it never even like took a swipe at the bait. And I found the area that it seemed to be getting aggravated with the bait being there, but it wouldn't commit to it. So I do this little trick I've heard of people talk about before, where I just kind of duck down. Maybe the fish sees my shadow, sees me standing there, so I duck down, and this fish did not even nose up to the bait once in 45 minutes. And it's funny because as soon as I crouched down, that fish bit. I don't know if it mattered. I don't know if that was the only reason, but I know I caught the fish. So yeah, if you're bed fishing largemouth and one's being stubborn, try ducking down and kind of keeping yourself out of sight. See if it works. I don't know, but it was a good trip. My son never got to go on the lake with the big motor yet, so he had a good day. He caught his first couple smallmouth he's ever caught, so it was a good day. I mean, the weather was good. Caught a lot of fish. I probably caught 30 fish today. Um, this was the first spot. Once I saw that they were on beds, this was the first smallmouth spot I checked. It was just a little island right there. You can see behind me, and there's a lot of rock around it, and then it drops off. So this was just, I was driving by the area. I said, hey, that area should have beds. Let me go check it out. And this was the first bed I found. And let me tell you, I love bed fishing smallies. They're so fun. They're so aggressive. They don't quit. They fight real hard. It's a good time. And this bed was a little deeper, and what I found was the deeper beds were your better fish, and that's normally the case with smallmouth. But I just throw my bait in there, pop it a couple times, and here you can see, I think I'll catch it right here. I'm trying to find the bed because you can see there's a little chop on the water. It makes it hard. You really need good sunglasses. These are my Wiley X sunglasses, and the cool thing about these, I don't know the model number they are, but they have the blue frame on the outside, but it's more of a brown lens, and these things work in every light condition. This is the only pair of sunglasses I need. But through the video, I'm speeding up the fighting of the fish because otherwise it would just take too long. These things fight. They don't give up. But definitely check out some Wiley X sunglasses. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. They're just good glasses. I've fished in the clouds. I fished in the sun. I fished in the fog. It just, you see, I feel that I don't need another lens for anything, another colored lens. I feel that this one's good enough. But once I got on these smallmouth on beds deal, that's all we were going to do the rest of the day. And there was a lot of areas I probably could have checked and found even more beds. But we kept ourselves pretty busy with fish, so it wasn't bad. I could have probably got a couple more areas, but plenty of fish today. And every better one was deeper, which you should keep in mind when you're bed fishing smallies. And if you haven't had the opportunity to catch these smallmouth on beds, you really need to try it because it's so fun. They're so much easier to catch on beds than largemouth because they're so angry and mean. I think they're just an angry fish. But you get it in their bed, you pop it a couple times, and they bite. And even if you hook them and they come unbuttoned, let them get back to their bed, and you cast in there again, and they'll bite again. So it's pretty cool. It's a fun day. So my equipment I was using, I was throwing a 6'9" medium action Fitzgerald rod Versa series spinning rod. This rod is perfect for so many things. It's a very versatile spinning rod. I can throw drop shots, finesse swim baits, Ned rigs, Nico rigs, shaky heads. I can fish so much on this spinning rod. And it's weird. It's not a traditional medium. Like I've used other brand spinning rods, and a medium is a lot stiffer than this rod. It's kind of a mix between a medium light and a medium. It's soft enough where I can drop shot and do all of those other things. The Fitzgerald Versus Series rod tends to run a little softer than their rating. Like their medium heavy is more like a medium spinning rod. So I have a couple 6.9 mediums and I have a couple 7.2 medium heavies because they're more like a medium. But it's a really good rod, and the reel I had on there was a Quantum Smoke S3 new reel that came out this year. It's a 30 series, and that thing's just a beast. I could not be happier with Fitzgerald rods and Quantum reels. They're a great combo. It's really that Smoke S3 is a sick reel. But I was throwing it on 15-pound P-line TCBX braid 8 carrier as my main line, and 8-pound test, about a 6-foot 8-pound test 100% fluorocarbon P-line leader. And I was throwing it on a VMC Moon Eye jig head and a 3.3 Kitech swim bait and Smallmouth Magic, which is like the best color ever created. I think at the time of this video I've already went through probably 6 packs of Kitech swim baits in that color this year. It's ridiculous. But I mean, that's my setup. I caught every fish that day on that setup. I don't even know why I have those other rods out. And it's weird because like I go up to Oneida to bedfish smallmouth, big smallmouth up there, and you'll throw that swim bait in, and you'll catch some on that swim bait, fan casting and winding, and you'll also catch them every once in a while on beds on Oneida on that swim bait. But Oneida is a drop shot bait. I don't know why. You throw a drop shot in a bed at Oneida, it's getting bit. Where here, I couldn't get bit off a drop shot on a bed. Here it was the swim bait. So just have a couple different things you feel comfortable fishing beds with for smallmouth. Tubes work. I like the JF Fishing actually gave me a little tip like a couple years ago. Trim the tentacles on the tube so that they don't have a very good chance of missing the bait. So that's kind of what I do now. But I throw a tube mostly. Well, mostly I throw the swim bait and drop shot, but I also throw a tube. That's really all I use for bed fishing. It was, I mean, I don't think there's a smallmouth I'm not going to catch with one of those 3 baits. So it's fun. Here, this is my son's second fish. Here we found a little shoal. It was like in the middle of the arm of this lake, and there's a little channel in the middle, but I think it's like 30-40 feet on each side, but then it comes up to like 2, and then around it I was looking for that 5 to 6 foot of water, because that's where the better ones were. He was actually fishing up on top, and this is one of the smaller ones. He's not real experienced looking for beds, so he did better seeing the more shallow ones. But this one's a good one that I kind of spooked off with the boat, fished the other side of the shoal, and came back, and she was back. I think she's just like a 2 3/4, something like that. But these fish are awesome. They just don't stop. They're such tough fish. Even like the 2-pound bucks, they never quit. It's awesome. And this is the last spot we were able to run today, and there was much more at this spot that I didn't get to fish just because it was late. See, this one, he had it, felt the hook, missed it. I throw it back in there, pop, pop, and that's it. Got him. So it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to cover enough water in a day especially when you didn't get a bite until 9:30. We could have ran a lot more stuff and probably caught a lot more fish, but what a great day out on the water. The weather, you could see the weather was beautiful. Got to run around the lake a little bit. Got my son on some fish. I caught some good fish. No giants, but caught some good fish. So definitely check out some bedfish and smallmouth next spring. Take a trip or something if you've never done it. It's so much fun. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be doing more videos. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.